Hey, it's Coach Mary Beth in my pajamas. I am mixing up my matcha. Now, I have recently gone off coffee, and that is because I am having some adrenal fatigue from just the stress of the last 3 years, and we've had a very stressful last 7 months with our foster kiddos. We're kind of coming out of that now, but it has just tanked my adrenals. So, advice is to go off of caffeine, and as it just helps your adrenals to not be in a constant state of stress from the cortisol. So you guys might notice that coffee makes your blood sugar go up. That is partially from the caffeine found in the coffee that your adrenals interprets as stress, and so it starts pumping out cortisol, which just increases your stress level even more. So we think that coffee is helping us to de-stress. It is not. So it took me a while. I used to drink 2 cups in the morning and 1 cup after lunch, and I cut out my afternoon cup early on in my process, and then I just slowly went down to 1 cup, and then I went to 1 cup of coffee and 1 matcha, and then got rid of the coffee altogether. So what I am doing, I just do everything in my spoon. This is a little bit too much. So you need about 1 teaspoon. I probably do 1.5 teaspoons of matcha. This matcha I get at Costco. It's organic. You will always want to make sure your teas and hot drinks and things that you buy are organic. That means they're not using pesticides on them. So this is organic matcha. I got it at Costco. It was about $20 for this giant bag. Now, if you get your matcha at like Whole Foods or Natural Grocers or Sprouts, those are the natural kind of holistic grocery stores that we have around here, you will be paying $13, $15, $17, $20 for a tiny tin of it that has actually about this much matcha. So this is going to be like a Costco or a Sam's setup. Is going to be your best value for money. This has oh gosh, how many servings per container? This is for a 1/2 teaspoon serving, so I'm having twice that. I think there's like 100 and something servings in here. Anyway, this is better value for money. The next I am going to, now Trim Out the Mama has a measurement called a doonk. It's 1/32 of a teaspoon. I've lost all my doonks, so I am just using the tip of my spoon to eyeball it. I usually do 2 or 3, depending on how sweet I want things to be. So 2 to 3 doonks, or just 2 to 3 tips of your teaspoon. And then we've all been fighting off some allergies or cold or something. You can hear my throat is froggy a little bit. So day before yesterday, started putting in some baobab into my matcha. It is so yummy. So I'm just doing about 1/2 teaspoon of that. Get that all in there. And then the other thing that I add, and I actually don't know, I need to ask my friend Cindy if adding in these trace minerals into a hot drink destroys them. I kind of think it's okay. So I am building up to having 40 drops of this a day. And what this does, this has got, what is all in here? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, I don't remember what all's in here. I'll have to look, and I'll put it on the blog post, but I don't have this information to hand really right off the top of my head. So I'm going to put 10 drops in here. 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, I just started this a couple of days ago, so probably tomorrow I'll start putting in 20 drops. But I'm going to build up to 40 of that, and you can just stick that in your water. I'm sticking it in here. I have filled up my kettle, and I boiled it all the way. Usually I don't like to boil it all the way, but I knew I was not going to get to it for a second. So I let it go ahead and boil, and it's been sitting. You want to either not let it boil all the way or let it boil and sit, because it will make your matcha bitter if you do it just after it's finished boiling. So I'm going to pour in this much water, about a little less than 1/2 my cup. And then I have one of these little whizzy blenders. I'll link this one. I like this one because it has a stand. And it comes with batteries. I did not ever change my batteries until recently, and I should have changed my batteries like right when I got this because it works so much better since my batteries have been changed. So I'm just gonna stick this in here, and I'm not gonna go full hog because this will get, it'll, you know, go up over the sides. So I just kind of pulse it until it's good and mixed up. It does get a little foamy on top, and that's fine. And then I'm gonna fill this up the rest of the way. And when you have that baobab in there, it does get more foamy than if you don't have the baobab. It tastes perfectly delicious. So y'all can see how, sorry, that's glary. You can see how lovely and green this is. And then I don't just drink it straight. I treat it just like I treated my coffee. So this is my favorite nut pods. This is the cinnamon swirl. And it says oat creamer, but there's still only 1 carb in here for a whole tablespoon. So it's hardly got any oat milk in it. But it is yummy and creamy and it tastes nice. So I'm gonna put some of that in there. And then I am attempting to go dairy light. I'm currently using only cultured dairy, so like yogurt, and I'll have a little bit of cottage cheese every now and then. But I'm using the silk half and half. This has been really challenging for me to find. The only place I can find it around here is at Sprouts. So I know my friend Coach Amanda has found hers at her Super Walmart, but we have not, I don't have that. We have Super Walmart. It's not at our Super Walmart. So I'm gonna give that a good stir. And now it's this yummy green color, like a gentler green. Tastes yummy. There you go. So I have to say, I don't like my coffee sweet. These are not sweetened. They're flavored. They make things creamy, but some of them are sweetened. This one is not sweetened. So I would just put this in my coffee when I drink coffee, but I don't like my matcha not sweetened. I've tried it, and I may wean myself off of the stevia, but there's not really any point to. It's yummy when it's sweet. So this is just how I enjoy my stevia. I will sometimes, it's a little weird, drink this with a straw because sometimes it separates a little bit down here at the bottom if I don't drink it quickly. So I find if I drink it with a straw, I can just A, stir it up, but B, it pulls from the bottom. So it's not separating and settling out. I do think that not putting in the super hot water that's just finished boiling helps for it to not separate as well. So not only is it not making your tea bitter, but it's helping it to stay together. So that is it. That's my matcha latte. It's super easy. If I wasn't explaining to you all how to do this, then this now takes me about 3 minutes to do. So that includes like letting my water boil and, or not boil, but get hot and all of that stuff. So it is really actually very, very fast. And for those of you who drink tea in the morning anyway, like it's just kind of the same amount of time. So I don't feel like I spend loads of extra time doing that. All right. I hope that y'all have found this helpful. And let me know if you try it. All right. Have a good day.